Good evening. Will you please stand for the national anthem? Please be seated. Before we begin this joyous ceremony, let me remind you to please silence your cell phones and be courteous to those sitting around you from refraining from talking or leaving your seat during the ceremony. During the presentation of the graduates, we encourage you to express your pride by applauding and cheering, but the use of air horns or other noisemakers is expressly forbidden. Please also refrain from photography or video near the stage area. In the event of a fire or other emergency, you are asked to proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exits. Exits are identified by the illuminated exit signs on the southeast and southwest corners, as well as the main northwest entrance to the gymnasium. Please proceed to the nearest outside exit upon leaving the gymnasium, and thank you for your cooperation. I now welcome the president of Central Ohio Technical College, Dr. Bonnie L. Coe.
Good evening, everyone. The faculty, candidates, and guests of Central Ohio Technical College are assembled, and I now proclaim the autumn 2015 commencement ceremony to be in session. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the members of the Central Ohio Technical College Board of Trustees who are able to be with us this evening. Trustees are appointed by the governor of the state of Ohio and by our local school districts. As I call your name, please remain standing for recognition. We are so privileged to have with us tonight, representing the board, John F. Hinderer, chairperson. It is now my further pleasure to introduce John Hinderer as chairperson of the board to bring greetings from the entire Board of Trustees to our candidates tonight. Mr. Hinderer.
Thank you, Dr. Coe, and good evening, graduates. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, please accept my sincere congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Many of you have endured great challenges to arrive at this pivotal moment. Your accomplishment is the very reason for the college's existence. It gives me great pleasure to see the result of all your hard work. As you continue your journey, I urge you to connect with the COTC alumni program, and remain engaged with the local community. This is important. You are an integral part of this college. We applaud you and we thank you for choosing COTC. Congratulations.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce the autumn commencement speakers, two of tonight's exceptional students. First is Madelyn Lotz, who is receiving her associate degree in human services. Madelyn, if you would come to the stage, please.
Hello. First off, I wanted to take a moment to recognize and thank all of the faculty who have invested their time and their effort and their energy to instruct us and prepare us students for what lies ahead. I greatly appreciate the time and effort you have poured into us students. I also want to recognize President Coe, the Central Ohio Technical College board members, and the administration for creating a college that is dedicated to student success and giving us students a positive learning experience. Again, your time, your effort, and your energy is something that has helped us get to this point today, and for that, we thank you and we appreciate it. My name is Madelyn Lotz, and I'm extremely honored to be here this evening to celebrate in such a momentous occasion with you and to celebrate in our accomplishments this evening. Although we all come from different walks of life, different parts of town, and all have our own stories, there is one thing that we have in common, and that is our success in college, which has led us to be graduates at COTC. We have all at one point poured out what has felt like blood, sweat, and tears into our education, and while we were being taught, shaped, trained, and challenged, and despite the stress and exhaustion and weariness that we might have faced, we have succeeded, and that is something we're celebrating. So I acknowledge that, and I admire you all for the effort that you have poured out into your education. Congratulations. We are alumni. As I reflected over my time here at COTC and what I've learned, I realized I've learned a lot of things. More than just math and English and how to be a master multitasker and survive on 5 hours of sleep, I've learned a lot about life, and I've learned a lot about myself. The most valuable thing that I have taken from my time at COTC is that how important it is to have dedication to a dream and to take action on it, for it gives one a sense of purpose and motivation that is unlike anything else. I've learned that pursuing a dream or goal may not be an easy task. It may be a huge risk and require sacrifices, and there may be doubts and distractions and insecurities that can get in the way. But when you finally reach your goal, it's so much sweeter because you were able to overcome those obstacles and accomplish something great. In looking back, you realize that you have grown a lot and you've learned a lot about yourself. That feeling that you get when you experience a dream becoming a reality is an amazing feeling, and it is worth pursuing. I have to say, I greatly admire all of you who are here today pursuing your dream while managing families, raising children, working, and having a house clean. The dedication you have shown to your dream is admirable, and I want to recognize all of the effort that you have poured into that, for that is great, and that is something that makes this evening much sweeter because you were able to overcome anything that got in your way and accomplish your certificate this evening. For me, ever since I was 16, I had this dream to be a social worker and serve youth who are at risk in foster care. This is my life's goal. But to be honest, by the time I turned 16, or I graduated and turned 18, I was tired. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to spend more time in another institution where I could have missed out on potential times to travel and explore, to invest time in things I wanted to grow in, like my art and music. But after a lot of conversations, my parents encouraged me to go to college for 1 semester to see how I liked it in hopes that my opinion would change. So I enrolled at COTC feeling reluctant and unenthused and not sure how to feel about it. But after 1 semester, something clicked, and I really liked the way I was feeling. My life had meaning, and I was actively pursuing something that I had dreamed about for years, becoming a reality. I loved what I was learning about, and the more classes I took related to my field of study, the more passionate I became, the more I felt like I had a purpose, and the more I learned about myself. I learned what my breaking point was. I learned how to overcome my breaking points. I learned that I am capable. I learned what my doubts are, and I learned how to overcome my doubts. As I pressed my schooling and pursued my dream of becoming a social worker, the more I realized that I didn't want to lose this feeling of enthusiasm, this feeling of power, this feeling of excitement. And in order to do that, I had to realize I couldn't stop dreaming. And even though I have achieved part of my goal tonight by getting an associate's degree, I can't settle. I have to keep dreaming. I have to keep searching for the broader picture. I'm now determined to take what I have learned in COTC and the passion I've required and the insight I've gained into myself and what I am capable of to keep dreaming, to find new ways to become a better human services worker and ultimately be a person who makes a difference. By graduating COTC, some of us have reached our goal and accomplished our dream, and for others, this is just the beginning. And as we leave today, I encourage you to keep going, to keep dreaming, to keep challenging yourself, putting yourself out there, taking the risks and taking the sacrifices to accomplish a goal. Right now, we have a room full of powerful leaders. We have a room full of potential businessmen and women, brilliant mechanics, dedicated nurses and human services workers, and brave policemen and firemen. And that can be achieved if you keep dreaming, if you keep envisioning yourself greater than where you are now, and that can be accomplished. You can create services and provide better services, create better businesses, and impact the people around you in a very unique way. And I know this may feel cliche, this whole follow your dreams, pursue your dreams, and you kind of want to tune it out. But there's a reason why dreams are often mentioned at a commencement ceremony, and that is because it is true. When one starts to act on their dreams and their goals and take action and pursue it, you gain a sense of empowerment, it is gratifying, and you learn a lot about yourself in the process. With that said, I'm very excited to experience this evening with you tonight, and I'm excited for you all and the dreams that you will dream and the things that you will do. Congratulations, class of 2015. We've done something great.
Thank you, Madelyn. Next is Evan Payton, who is receiving his associate degree in nursing technology. Evan, please come to the stage.
All right, good evening. Thank you to all the faculty for allowing me to speak here at this event tonight. This is an event that means so much, it symbolizes so much to myself and all of you as well. To all of my peers, we made it, we did it, and I did it. We achieved success. For some of you, like myself, the path taken to get here was not an easy one. We have all made countless sacrifices and endured much to be honored here tonight, and I'm proud to say that I am now a graduate of COTC. As a nursing student, COTC has given me the tools for success. Tools that will ultimately impact the lives of others. And even outside of nursing, all of us in our diverse fields are able to change the lives of others. This school, its program, and its faculty have made that happen for us. How about a round of applause for that? But let me tell you, my personal journey through the nursing program, it wasn't always comfortable. What I mean is that success isn't always comfortable. In fact, becoming successful is almost never comfortable. There are highs and lows to overcome. For us nursing students, there are countless assignments, multitudes of numerical values and processes to commit to memory. And you add to that a plethora of reading and studying that must be retained. But of course, it was all worth it. If you would have asked me 5 years ago where my life would be now, honestly, I don't think I'd be able to give you a solid answer. I knew I wanted to succeed. I just didn't know exactly where to fully apply myself. I didn't know, nor did I have the tools I needed to be successful. Like most youths, my favorite things were going to concerts, hanging out with friends, and enjoying summer. I was the kid you knew that was into piercings, tattoos, and playing guitar. Very untypical. At that time, nursing wasn't even on my radar. But you see, there became a time when I had to make a life choice. Shortly after my daughter was born, I knew I had to reinvent myself. I had to push harder. At times, my conscience spoke louder than my actual words, and I would ask myself, how will my children remember me? How will my wife remember me? My peers and my family? What achievements will last to inspire them after I'm gone and encourage others if they hear my story? And it was in nursing that I found the profession that will stand the test of time for me and take my family to places I once thought were unreachable. I believed in myself, my wife and my family believed in me, my instructors and my peers at COTC believed in me. So with the tools and the knowledge I've obtained through COTC, for the first time in forever, I feel like my worth and value as both an individual and a future nurse are high. Henry Ford once said that failure is the only opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. He was telling us not to be afraid of failure. Though we dread failure, perhaps it can be the key that allows us to blossom, expanding our motivation to achieve greatness, catapulting us into success. But it is important and even imperative in nursing to remember the result of success isn't always a paycheck, nor is it a dollar sign. Success is doing good for others, free from malice, and giving something back. Success is helping others through giving love, compassion, and hope, a notion which reminds me of my faith. And for me personally, it was God above who gave me strength through this program to endure. And additionally, to my beautiful wife, Krista, God bless you and your amazing patience. I love you so very much. Just know how pivotal you've been through this all. How could I ever forget the encouraging things you constantly said to me? Verbatim things, such as, you will do great because you are great. You are exceedingly above and beyond great and extraordinary. And I know many of you as well have someone encouraging and special in your lives too. I must say, obtaining this degree was hard work. It wasn't easy. There was a time, spring semester of 2015 to be specific, when I decided that withdrawing from Nursing 201 4 weeks into the term was my only option, second to actually failing the class. Between working rigorously to pay bills and stretching myself thin to be both an outstanding husband and dad, I was overextended. The candle, as they say, was burning at both ends, and honestly, I felt defeated. It was during that time, however, that I learned from my mistakes and my failures. I truly committed myself to never giving up. I began to use adversity as a fuel to drive my ambitions and proceed forward, retaining my dreams, rather than allowing them to become crushed. And I believed in myself, the same thing I know all of you in this room also did to get to this point. So in conclusion, we can all maintain our momentum and our success here at COTC into our next endeavors by remembering, don't flee from challenges or obstacles. Use them as lessons to either toggle and overcome or fall short of and promise to do better next time. Don't flee from what you consider uncomfortable. Reading lengthy books, studying for extremely challenging exams, or even possibly learning new information isn't always going to be comfortable. And choosing the path that leads to success and comfort is almost always uncomfortable at first. So by keeping our dreams alive and running towards life's challenges, rather than fleeting them, it may be one of the greatest things I've learned in my early adult life. So of course, never give up. Don't fleet the uncomfortable, the precarious, or the pestilent things. Don't flee a challenge or turn away from opportunity. Keep your passion alive and the decisions you make genuine and reflective of what's really in your heart. And most of all, don't ever for any person or for 1 second, fleet your dreams. Relentlessly pursue them. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you to both Madelyn and Evan for sharing your personal stories with us tonight. We wish you and all of the soon-to-be graduates continued education and career plans. Graduates, at this time, it is my presidential privilege to highlight a milestone for our college. In 2016, next year, Central Ohio Technical College will celebrate its 45th anniversary. It was on September 30th, 1971, that the college officially opened its doors to the students for the very first time. Central Ohio Technical College initially offered 6 associate degrees. Some are still here today. Others have long been gone. One example, glass plastic technology. We no longer offer that program. Through the years, we've adapted to the needs of our students and the employers by evolving our programmatic areas. Tonight, in this 61st commencement ceremony, we recognize yet another first for our college. We are granting the first Associate of Technical Studies degree. The Associate of Technical Studies is unique in that it allows the college credit be granted for previous training or experience. It is individually planned by the student with their academic advisor in order to meet a specific need that is currently not available in our programming. Our first graduate of the Associate of Technical Studies program is Dylan Daniels. Dylan's Associate of Technical Studies degree is in music and business. A few years ago, Dylan had taken business courses at one college and music classes at another, but did not complete a degree at either. Dylan was able to use his prior coursework and experience running an event center with his brother to fulfill the requirements of the Associate of Technical Studies degree. With this degree, Dylan recently started a job in an elementary school as an instructional aide. He is now planning to get his bachelor's degree in education. He wants to use the music portion of his Associate of Technical Studies to work with special needs children. On behalf of Central Ohio Technical College, I am pleased to offer the first Associate of Technical Studies to this admirable young man. Dylan, please stand for recognition. Thank you. And now I want to just briefly recognize a few caring and dedicated people who have supported these graduates throughout their education. And you know where we're going to start, with our faculty. So I'm asking all of the faculty of Central Ohio Technical College to please stand for recognition. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask all of our college staff members to please stand for recognition. They are throughout the building here. So. Thank you. And last but not least, let's ask the families and friends of our graduates to please stand for recognition. At this time, Dr. White.
Thank you, Dr. Coe. It is my pleasure this evening to recognize those students who are graduating with distinction. Students graduating with honors have earned an overall grade point average of 3.5 or higher out of a possible 4.0 scale. The names of students who have achieved this level of performance are identified in the commencement program. Also, Central Ohio Technical College honor graduates can be recognized by the gold tassels on their caps. Will all of our Central Ohio Technical College honor graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Members of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society of two-year colleges, maintained at least a 3.25 grade point average and are involved in numerous service projects on campus and in the community. Phi Theta Kappa students are wearing gold stoles. Will all of our Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. We also have graduates that are members of the Alpha Delta Nu Nursing Honor Society, which recognizes the academic excellence of students in the study of associate degree nursing. Alpha Delta Nu students are wearing apricot cords. Will all of our Alpha Delta Nu Nursing Honor Society graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. And lastly, it is my privilege to recognize those students who are graduating as veterans or members of the United States military. Military veterans and active duty personnel are identified by red, white, and blue cords. We honor and appreciate you for your serving our country. Will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. As I call your degree or certificate, please rise. Audience members, please hold your applause until all of the candidates have been recognized. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Business in Business Management Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Business in Information Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidate for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Digital Media Design Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidate for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Educational Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidate for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Engineering Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Human Services please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Nursing Technology please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Surgical Technology please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Arts please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the candidate for the degree Associate of Technical Studies please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Certificate in Practical Nursing please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all of the candidates please stand? Dr. Coe, I have the distinct honor to present and recommend on behalf of the faculty at Central Ohio Technical College these candidates who have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Applied Business degree, Associate of Applied Science degree, Associate of Arts degree, and Associate of Technical Studies, as well as certificates in practical nursing.
Thank you, Dr. White. by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Central Ohio Technical College Board of Trustees and the State of Ohio, I confer upon you the appropriate degrees and certificates with all of the rights and privileges and duties pertaining thereto. Congratulations, and let's give our graduates a round of applause. You may be seated. In recognition of the degrees and certificates just conferred, the diplomas will now be handed out.
Madelyn K. Lotz, with honors.
Evan Matthew Payton.
Cheryl L. Castle.
Angelique Marie Dugan.
Angela Michelle Newbig.
Colin Ryan Pillow.
Brittany Nicole Wright, with honors.
Tracy Ann Young.
Derek Lee Cunningham, with honors.
Joshua D. Ellis, with honors.
Chad D. Saylor.
Jesse James Palm.
Kadisha Marva Thinstead.
Emma J. Shoemaker, with honors.
Tia Tierra West.
Jason Douglas Hoare.
Kelly Brent.
Marla Heller Canterbury, United States Army Reserve.
Kiana Monique Jones.
April Renee Liptak.
Amy Jo Ryder, with honors.
Donna K. Severson.
Haley Alexis Tenney.
Tony Lynn Trowbridge, with honors.
Susan Jean Worthington, with honors.
Lori Lynn Wright.
Darlena S. Bartley.
Corina K. Borland.
Mary Lou Bowers.
Shessie Ann Bradley.
Emily Rose Buckmaster, with honors.
Anatoly A. Chernetta.
Vida Chernetta, with honors.
Lacey N. Clifford.
Brittany Marie Craker.
Christina Joy Elzy.
Brittany Lynn Estevez.
Matthew David Everett.
Heather Renee Griffith.
Priscilla Ann Gualtieri, United States Navy.
Caitlin Renee Goring.
Samantha Renee Harper.
Jocelyn Ann Keaton.
Kylene Faye King.
Kelly Marie Lilly.
Tiffany Ann Linkus.
Chelsea Ronette Long.
Alyssa Jean McConnell with honors, United States Navy.
Samantha Michelle McLean.
Amanda Lynn Meacham.
Felipe Alexander Mejia Miranda with honors.
Stephen Earl Miller, Jr., United States Air Force.
Tazita Mola.
Tara Ann Murray.
Cody William Napier.
Corey Lacey Offinger.
Yana A. Peshko.
Iris S. Pym.
Rachel Nicole Proper.
Laxmi Rasili.
Lacey Ray with honors.
Ashley Heather Rossiter.
Ezekiel Ruto.
Alexis Chance Show.
Asma Mohammed Salah.
Elise Christine Trumpauer.
Margie Rose Simmerman.
Sheila A. Wright.
Cherie Shante Vavanko.
Anna Marie Brown.
Melissa Shelby Bailey.
Jennifer N. Cottrell.
Amanda M. Coffey with honors.
Alexis Nicole Hicks.
Brittany Beth Cremines.
Caitlin Marie Potosny.
Aaliyah Christine Lister.
Darian Arlene Ross.
Stephanie Morgan Piles.
Kelly Lynn Biebart.
Michelle Lynn Skaggs.
Allison Renee Eric.
Megan Dawn Stuckey.
Tacey Nicole Shannon with honors.
Tabitha Athalia Christmas.
Dylan Marc Daniels.
Megan May Limley.
Ashley Ray Davis.
Mary Elizabeth Trowbridge.
Crystal Marie Eisner.
Kay E. Bowman.
Olivia Jane Smith.
Nicole Elizabeth Houston. Nicole Brooke Untied.
At this time, I would ask all the graduates to please rise. In keeping with academic tradition, you may now transfer your tassels from right to left. This is a visible symbol that you are now a graduate of Central Ohio Technical College. Let's give another round of applause for our graduates. You may be seated. I'd like to express my personal appreciation to the Commencement Planning Committee under the leadership of Renee White, who is our communications coordinator in the Office of Marketing and Public Relations, as well as the many members of the campus and the broader community who helped us make this occasion a night to remember. Let's give all of these folks a round of applause. This concludes the autumn 2015 commencement of Central Ohio Technical College. I am asking you to please remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have recessed. I now direct the recessional to begin.